Harold Conley, director of events, giving the instructions.
Those instructions can have to do with the fact that he must hold it straight out. If you hold it up, of course, your leverage is much improved. The colored marks that you see have to do with the height that has been determined in advance by the judges for each individual athlete. If they go to that point, then they have lost the event, and that's what their time will be. They have to hold it above that ribbon, which is about waist height.
Jeff Capes getting up over 30 seconds. Better than a half minute, 31 6/10 of a second for Jeff Capes. And that hurts.
Yes, it's a very painful event, Ken. It really is. It begins to really burn.
Bishop Delegate.
Bishop is entering this event with an injured pectoral muscle, and he's going to see if he can handle it. If the pain is too much, he'll stop.
Setting the marker for Bishop Delegate.
Get it down, a little more down.
You can see, Ken, he's favoring that right side a bit. He's bending his arm a bit, which is allowed within the rules, as long as the arm goes straight out from the shoulders horizontally to the ground. Now, this event is really a test of endurance, muscular endurance, as it is a test of muscular strength.
Bishop Delegate has already qualified, as has Jeff Capes, for the tug of war. They are two of the finalists today.
Yeah, they're fighting really hard now to make as many points as they can to improve their position in that final tug of war, because that might mean money to them.
At 34 8/10 of a second, Bishop Delegate goes out in front in the battery lift. Superstar Billy Graham. A wrestler by trade these days, has one of the biggest crowds in the history of Madison Square Garden. Hard for him to train.
Yes, that's right, Ken. With the traveling he has to do in his profession or occupation, he's really not able to train at all like these other men train. But even so, you can see the massive set of arms he has, some of the biggest arms in the world, really. And one of the meanest looking faces, I'd have to say. You know, he's doing a fine job in this. He's got that thing in good control. He hasn't really started to shake and tremble, which is the usual sign that the muscles are undergoing their final fatigue.
He looks like a replacement for the Swedish Angels. Up to 36 seconds, 37, headed for 40, and still up. 45.5 seconds for superstar Billy Graham.
Great effort. Jerry Hannon, the Olympic weightlifter, is next. Ken had a chance to talk to Jerry just before the competition.
People see you people lifting, they don't have any idea about the effort you put into it. How painful is a week in the life of Jerry Hannon?
Well, sitting right here, my back's killing me, my knees are killing me, my feet are killing me, and my shoulder's killing me. So, you know, just to sit still for a while, just sitting in the car and taking a drive for a half hour is a very painful experience. Just getting up in the morning, it takes me about 15 minutes before I can put all my weight on my feet from the various injuries I have on my feet. So it's pretty painful.
Why pay that price?
Because I love what I'm doing. I love the sport, and I love being strong, big and strong, and I love going after the things that I'm going after, certain records and things like that. And it's very challenging to me, and I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
The time to beat.
Lower it.
45.5 seconds.
Lower.
Ken, Jerry is a very big man, one of the biggest in the competition. He weighs about 340 pounds.
Yeah, Jerry, don't raise it. Don't raise it. I don't want to disqualify.
Jerry, at 340 pounds, as one might imagine, has a big appetite. Sometimes he's teased about this. He used to work in a delicatessen. He says, though, that he's a light eater. When it gets light, he starts eating.
Trying to beat that time of 45.5 seconds by Bill Graham. Jerry Hannon, up to the half-minute mark.
Has it really under control, Ken. He's doing very, very well in this.
Look at those arms vibrate. Still up. 47, 48, 48 and 7/10 seconds for Jerry Hannon. Takes the lead. The super heavyweight from Sweden, who is qualified for the tug-of-war finals, moving in. trying to better his position. Lars Hedlund.
Keep your arms straight, Lars. Okay, raise it up. Lower it down, Lars. Keep your arms straight. Down. Not yet. Down. A little more. Right there.
Lars is going to hold this as long as he possibly can because he wants to stay in second place. He now has second place, and he wants to maintain that second place over Capes and Dolagevich as he goes into the final tug-of-war event against those two men and Bill Kazmaier.
He ought to be something in that tug-of-war.
Fight it, Lars. Fight it, Lars.
20 seconds trickling off.
A lot of the people in the sport of powerlifting call him Large Hedlund rather than Lars Hedlund, and you can see why. Fighting it, starting to tremble. His girlfriend Ava is cheering him on.
Getting up to 40 seconds. 40 and 6/10 of a second for Lars Hedlund.
And those last few seconds were painful indeed.
That mark of 40.6 will put Lars Hedlund into third overall here in the battle relay. Leading is Jerry Hannon. In second, Bill Graham, Lars Hedlund, as we move to Bill Kazmaier.
Your knees straight, and I'll give you the whistle when your arms reach
What's your prediction here, Doctor?
Ken, it's really hard to call. If Lars had done a bit better, I would predict that Kazmaier would do better still. But I'm not so sure. These big powerlifters use so much strength, so much work on their deltoids and their pectoral muscles that they keep them sort of fatigued all the time, and they pump up more quickly. Blood rushes in, and they're not able to hold it. That's a long prediction, I know, but I'm not sure.
Billy, stay with it. Come on, Billy.
His girlfriend Sue is cheering him on, as you can see, trying to help him.
Over 40 seconds. 43 and 2/10 seconds. The final event, the tug of war, here at the Playboy Resort and Country Club at McAfee, New Jersey. It's Kazmaier, Hedlund, Capes, and Dolagevich to go in the finals.
Trying to get your heart in shape on your rider?
Yeah.
Better try harder. No, harder. Research shows on a rider it's hard to elevate your pulse to the target heart rate zone, so it's difficult to improve your cardiovascular fitness. But in just 2 to 3 minutes, you can on a Nordic Track skier.
Really?
No matter what your fitness goals, losing weight, conditioning your heart, or shaping and toning your body, Nordic.
2 number 1s go against each other, 2 number 2s go against each other.
Back here at the Playboy Resort and Country Club, the tug of war, 4 finalists drawing for opponents.
Mix them up, take whatever number you desire.
Commissioner Bruce Wilhelm passing out the lots. All right, Lars, what have you got?
Number 1.
Number 1. Who else has number 1? Kazmaier. So it'll be Kazmaier and Hedlund in round number 1. It could all be over right here in round number 1 with Hedlund against Kazmaier to decide the world's strongest men competition for 1980. This is a 40-second tug.
He has 82.5 points now.
Hedlund has 69.
Right. If he wins this event, this puts him completely out of anyone else's range. He has won the $20,000 if he beats Lars Hedlund in this pull.
20 points to win. 10 points per second.
They start that little red flag. This is all-out effort, Ken. These guys are going to hold nothing back this time. The little red implement that you see on the rope there, well, just about to pull him over here.
Lars Hedlund in trouble early in the going.
Kaz has practiced. He knows now that he has to lay way back because he was beaten in this event last year by the Pittsburgh Steeler, John Kolb. But he tried to stand up last year, and Kazmaier laid back.
Almost over the line. Time running out. 15 seconds left. Kazmaier digging in, holding.
Kazmaier can hold it, and the red flag is over on his side, and he's the winner.
5 seconds remaining. On his way to the championship, and the world's strongest man is Bill Kazmaier. Kazmaier pulling Hedlund right to the line.
He's a happy man.
Bill Kazmaier has won $20,000. And he is number 1. Bruce Wilhelm picks him up A very excited man.
Girlfriend is, as you can imagine, quite pleased.
You're number one. You're number one.
Guess I did it all, didn't I?
You sure did. You pulled it all off. No one has ever won this many events in the World's Strongest Man, Kaz.
Well, I enjoyed being here. It was a lot of fun.
A very disappointed Lars Hedlund getting back to his feet, second place for the second straight year.
And his girlfriend, Ava, of course, disconsolate over the loss of her big man.
A final look at the standings for the World's Strongest Men this year. Bill Kazmaier, some $20,000 richer. Lars Hedlund placing second. Jeff Capes in third. And Bishop Dulagevich placing fourth for $5,000. And there are the rest of the standings. The award to the winner of the 1980 World's Strongest Men will be made by Don Reinhout, the man who won it 1 year ago. Bill Kazmaier is number one. What do you think, Todd?
Well, for a couple of years now, ever since people have seen Kazmaier on the national scene, people have felt that he had the potential to become the strongest man in the world. It seems as if he's not there now, he's awfully close to it.
The strongest international competition that's been seen in the 4-year history of the World's Strongest Men is won by the United States' own Bill Kazmaier.